welcome back to my channel. It's monthly favorites time, monthly favorites time. I feel like I didn't have very much time between June favorites and July favorites because I filmed my June favorites like in the middle of July. And now it's only been like a couple of weeks, but I have been trying out products like crazy. I've been filming videos like crazy, and whenever that happens, I typically end up having a lot of monthly favorites. So let's just hop into it. I'm gonna share with you all the products that I loved this month. Okay, the first product I'm gonna get out of the way and just let you guys know that I'm kind of cheating, but I'm definitely cheating by including this in a monthly favorites video because I literally just used it for the first time today. But I fell in love, you guys. I fell in love with this palette, and I totally see myself using this a ton in the next month or so. So I could have waited and put it in my August favorites, but I didn't want to wait to tell you guys like more about this palette. So my tutorial, I actually did it today, so the eye look I'm wearing today will go up after this video. So stay tuned for that if you want to see how I achieved this look. But it was using this palette right here. And this is the, did I tell you what this is yet? I don't think I said what it is. It's the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So it's Urban Decay's 4th installment of a naked palette. And this one is warm, kind of orangey reddish browns, which is right on trend right now. All the makeup companies are coming out with palettes like this, but I have to say I think this one is my favorite so far. I know like the Jaclyn Hill palette has some of these colors incorporated into it, and Tarte is coming out with one, Tarte Toasted, and there's just a lot of companies that have like these trendy, like warm, auburn-ish looking colors, but Urban Decay always has great formulas, and this one definitely was really good. There's 2 duds in the palette that I've noticed so far. So the first one is En Fuego. It's a really pretty color, and on my finger it seems to swatch beautifully, but when you put it on a brush, it doesn't apply very pigmented. You have to build it up and build it up and build it up. And then Ounce over here, which is like the shimmery highlight color, it's just very powdery, and there's a lot of kickback and a lot of fallout. But everything else, every other color in the palette, the other mattes are beautiful. I think it's like the perfect fall palette. I just can't wait for fall to start. Like, can it be here already? Next up is an eyeliner that I've been using to death, you guys. And I'm really impressed with myself because usually when I'm looking for a matte brown highlight, what in the world am I saying? A matte brown eyeliner, I will always reach for my Ardency In. Ardency In Modster eyeliner in the color Coffee is my go-to, but recently I've been reaching for this one instead. This is the Marc Jacobs highliner. It's the matte highliner in the color Earthquake, and it's just this really pretty, like deep, rich brown pencil liner. And I love pencil liner. On days that I'm not wearing false lashes, I will line my upper lid with pencil liner and kind of smoke it out with a smudge brush. Or on days when I am wearing false lashes like I'm wearing right now, I will use the pencil liner to line my lower lash line, which is what I did today. So this is on my lower lash line today. And I just think that this one is really pretty. It's like that color brown where it almost looks black, but it's not as harsh as a black liner. So people with lighter hair, or if you're doing like a lighter makeup look, sometimes it just looks a little bit more, I don't want to say natural, but just a little bit more, it's less harsh, you know what I mean, than a black liner. I still love my black liner, don't get me wrong, but this brown liner, it's really good. I feel like it doesn't flake, it smudges really well, but then once it's set, like it doesn't move. You need an eye makeup remover to get it off, and highly recommend these. Next makeup product is a concealer, and this is something that when I first saw it on Instagram, I was like, that says disaster literally all over it. Why would you want a soft matte concealer? Like that just, it screams cakiness and dryness. Like, why would I want to put that on my under eyes and just accentuate all my wrinkles? But it's amazing, you guys. It's the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I use the color 2.5, which I feel like I probably could have gone a little bit lighter, but this is like a perfect match for my under eyes, so it doesn't highlight, but it does good at concealing. This stuff, you only need the tiniest amount, and you can blend it in with a brush, your finger, a beauty blender. I've used all of the above and they all work really well. Of course, I always go back to beauty blender. But you just need the tiniest bit. You put it on your under eyes and it really does, it's like a full coverage concealer. And I know the sound like soft matte sounds scary, like why would you want a matte concealer? But it's not like a chalky matte, it's like a flexible, like soft matte, if that makes sense. The name is actually really perfect. And I don't feel like it accentuates fine lines and wrinkles. However, if you go in too heavy-handed and you put too much on, it is going to be heavy. The first time I wore it, I went in just with my beauty blender and I scooped it out with the beauty blender and I put it on like that. Horrible idea. Because I had way too much on and it looked horrible, and I was like meeting one of my managers for the first day that day, and I was like, well, here I am, the girl with the cakey under eyes. So yeah, go in with a light hand. You can always add more. It's really hard to take away, but you can always add more. And I definitely recommend it. I don't really like the pot situation. I wish it was kind of like in a stick, but whatever. So on days where I don't wear a liquid foundation, I usually wear a powder foundation. And I've talked to you guys about this before, and usually like day to day, like when I'm going to work or on weekends when I'm not filming or there's not like a big event going on, I typically lean towards powder foundations. I just feel like they're quicker, they're easier to use, they're not as heavy, they're less fussy. And I just kind of grew up using powder foundation, so it's kind of like a go-to for me. So typically most recently I've been using the Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation, which is still awesome. I have one on backup, but I thought I'd try something new just because why not? This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation. I use the color Light 44, which is a smidge too light for me, but I just bronze it up with bronzer. This is like the most full coverage powder foundation I have ever encountered in my entire life. It's really hard to tell without putting it on my face, but like if you can see, it is just like so pigmented. I mean, a swatch isn't really going to do it justice because I'm swatching on my skin and it's supposed to be the color of my skin, but it is just like the most full coverage powder foundation I think I've ever used. And on top of that, it's really creamy. Like it almost feels like a cream foundation, but it's not, it's powder. That's because it's so finely milled. It's really good, and I don't feel like it looks cakey. I feel like it blends out really well. I've applied it with a damp beauty blender, and I've also applied it with a brush. I think the damp beauty blender makes it a little bit more full coverage. It can get a little bit cakey if you do it that way, but going in with a brush, I think it's really good. So if you're looking for a like full coverage matte powder foundation, check this one out. Another product that I'm wearing on my lips today, I like to wear my favorites like during my favorites videos, if you guys haven't noticed, but it's on my lips today. This is something I'm pretty sure I've talked to you guys about before, but sometimes I rediscover favorites from my collection, and this is one of them. So this is the MAC Lip Tensity lipstick in the color Smoked Almond. This is like the newer formula of lipsticks that MAC came out with, I think back in November of last year, where it's almost like a creamy, balmy feeling. They're very hydrating, very moisturizing, but they're also super duper pigmented. And I really like this formula, by the way. I think it's a smidge more expensive than their typical lipsticks, but I like it more just because it hydrates my lips, and I am known for having really dry lips, and this just really helps that. But this color, Smoked Almond, is like the perfect summer to fall transition color. I know I keep talking to you guys about fall like as if it's tomorrow, and it's not. It's like months away. Stupid fruit fly, get out of my face. Fruit flies are attacking our house, you guys. I need to get rid of them. I know I keep talking about fall like it's tomorrow, and it's not. It's like a couple months away, but like I feel like especially people who are really into seasonal things like seasonal makeup, seasonal clothing, you just get really excited for the new season to come, and fall is one of those seasons where I love fall makeup so much, and I feel like this is the perfect kind of transition between summer and fall. It's also just a good like everyday kind of brownie nude color. I feel like it looks good on lots of different skin tones, and that formula, you can't beat it. Okay, now let's talk about some skincare products. So Dermalogica has been so nice, and they've been sending me lots of products lately, which is greatly appreciated and really exciting, because prior to this I hadn't really tried a whole lot of Dermalogica stuff before. But these two are the two things that have really impressed me so far. So let's talk about this first. This is the Dermalogica Dynamic Skin Recovery SPF. This is what I've been using when I'm out by the pool because it has such a strong SPF in it. It has 50% SPF in it. So I use this as my sunscreen when I'm out by the pool, and I feel like it works really well. I feel like you kind of have to reapply it. Like, it's not like a heavy sunscreen. Like, you know how some sunscreens you put it on and you're like, I am coated for the rest of the day, I am good to go, and you almost feel like sticky and kind of clammy. This is like a really lightweight moisturizer, so if you're out in the sun for a long time, you will have to reapply. As with most sunblocks, you have to reapply. But I think it smells really good. It has a pump on it, which makes it super like convenient and easy to apply. It has skincare components in it, so it has like, let's see, it says helps minimize skin aging trigger. Let's redo that. Help minimize skin aging triggers with this medium weight. Okay, so it's not lightweight, it's medium weight. It feels lightweight to me though. Medium weight emollient daily moisturizer with broad spectrum SPF 50. It has antioxidant white tea, polyphenols. It has a lipid peroxide formula. I don't know what any of this stuff means. All I know, there's a bunch of skincare things in here. The list goes on and on and on with like things that I can't pronounce of skincare components that are in it. So I feel like it's doing more than just protecting my skin from the sun. It's also just like nourishing and hydrating, and I don't feel yucky putting it on my face. Do you know what I mean? And the second Dermalogica product that I've just been using to death, in fact, this is my second bottle of it because I love it that much. This is the Dermalogica Daily Super Foliant. And funny story, back in the day, my friend Valerie and I went to Las Vegas, I think is where we were. We went to go see Britney Spears. I think it was that trip where she was like raving about this product, and it was before either of us started YouTube. She was like, you gotta try it, it's the best stuff ever. And I was like, that stuff is so weird. It's like a powder that you put on your face. Like, why would I want to do that? And like, I couldn't get on board, but she was like all about it. And so when Dermalogica sent this to me, I recall her talking to me about it. I was like, okay, let me try it. So basically what it is this little powder. It's in a thing with this thing like, I can't talk today, a bottle like this with like a hole in the top, and it almost looks like a charcoal powder, if you can see it right there. And it's like a sandy texture, and it's totally dry, but if your hands are really, really wet, or if you get it a little bit damp and you rub it in your hands like this, it turns into this like paste. And it doesn't smell good, by the way. It smells kind of bad. I was noticing that today. I was like, it kind of smells like dog urine. Like, it smells awful. But you rub it on your hands, and then you rub it into your face, and you don't have to wait a long time. Like, you know how some exfoliators, you have to leave them on your skin for X amount of minutes? This one you can wash right off, and I swear to you, your skin feels so soft and so smooth when you rub that off. Like, it almost feels like, you know, when you have a face mask on, like a sheet mask, and you take it off and it's all liquidy and hydrated and kind of slippery feeling? Your face feels like that when you wash this off, but there's nothing on it. Like, it's amazing. It's really, really cool. I don't know how it works. I don't know what's in it that makes it do that, but it just almost like eliminates, it's an exfoliator. So it takes off, you know, all the dead skin, cleans out your pores, and your skin just feels so incredibly soft afterwards. So if you're somebody who is looking for a new exfoliator, you want to try something new, check this out, guys. It's really good stuff. Okay, two more products to talk to you guys about. The next one is a serum, and this is called an oil serum. And at first that kind of scared me because I was like, oil serum, like, is it going to be liquidy? Like, is it an oil or is it a serum? Because typically serums are a little bit thicker and oils are like oils, you know what I mean? This is by Leaders. It's the Leaders Aqua Blend Oil Serum, and Leaders is a really good brand. If you guys haven't heard of them before, they sell Leaders at Ulta. That's the only place I know. That's the only place I know of that sells Leaders brand, but it's a skincare brand. They have lots of sheet masks and face masks and facial products. And this particular one, it's a consistency of, it's almost like a jelly consistency. And there's something about this, like, it is so soft and so smooth, and it smells really good. It almost has like a lemon fresh scent to it. It smells really good. And it really is like the perfect combination of an oil and a serum. So if you're somebody who uses a serum and then you go in with like an argan oil or a facial oil on top of it, this almost like combines the two products together, and it's a one-step, one-and-done type thing. So I use this on my face. I've been using it in the morning, but because it's so humid in this climate, I don't feel like I need the extra hydration. I would need either a serum or an oil. I don't need them both. I mean, not to say it doesn't work, but I do notice when I use this that my face gets a little bit more dewy and oily by the end of the day. So I switched to using it at nighttime, and that seems to work well. But I think you can use it either or both if you need the extra hydration. And I feel like it just leaves my skin really, really like supple and really, really hydrated and kind of plump feeling. And I don't feel like it like causes me to break out or anything weird like that. So definitely a good product. All right, last but certainly not least, I'm like out of breath from talking so much. The last product is a Lush product, and I don't even remember if I've talked to you guys about this before, but this is something that is another product I've repurchased over and over again. And it's just one of those things where I was picking these up out of the bathroom to talk to you guys about in this video, and I saw this and I was like, you know what? I feel like that's worth mentioning again because I did put this in a video recently. I think that video is going to go up after this one. Or it might have gone up before this one. If it's gone up before, I will link it down below for you, but I think I scheduled it to go up after this video. It's like a skincare video. But anyways, it's the Lush Tea Tree Water Toning Water Spray. So it's a toner, but it's a tea tree toner, tea tree oil toner. So if you guys don't know, tea tree oil is like a natural antibiotic. It's supposed to help eliminate bacteria naturally. And it's in like a liquid spray form, so you can spray it on your face, or what I like to do is spray it on a cotton round and then wipe it on my face. But I like to use this after the gym for a couple of different reasons. So the first one is to get rid of all the bacteria. The gym breeds bacteria, you guys, and when I get home from the gym, I feel totally disgusting. But I don't always want to shower right away. Maybe I want to clean the house, or I want to make dinner, or whatever it is. Like, I don't always want to shower right after I get home from the gym. So get rid of the bacteria, and it's also a toner and a refresher. So if you spray it on your face, it kind of refreshes your face. It smells really good. It kind of gives you that awake feeling. And it, what was I gonna say? Oh, it's a toner. It's a toner. I'm losing my mind, you guys. I'm losing my mind. It says there's tea tree, grapefruit, balancing juniper berry, keeps your skin disasters at bay. It's beneficial for anybody with oily skin. So really, really good product if you're looking for kind of a refresher for after the gym. I recommend this one. Alright guys, well now that I have talked your ear off and I feel like I'm losing my mind for some reason, that is the end of my monthly favorites. These are the products that I loved in the month of July, and holy crap, August is around the corner, but that means fall is coming soon, yay! So I'm really looking forward to that if you can't tell. But let me know what products you loved during the month of July down in my little comment section, and I would love to talk with you, chat with you, hear about what you've been loving, test them out for myself, and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate all of the support, and I really appreciate you guys coming and watching my videos, so make sure that you subscribe. And I do have a giveaway going on right now also that I feel like is worth mentioning. It's my back to school makeup giveaway. If you haven't already entered, I'm gonna link that video down below for you so that you can enter. Lots of good makeup products being given away there. And I think that's it. I'm done talking. So I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.